Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Lamplight City. In the last episode we established there's some sort of connection between the Redites and the Justice Killer, but we've got to try and figure out exactly what that is. But we did solve the problem of who did this bit of sabotage here, which hopefully means now that Sanford Mims will let us through to the employee area, which we are through. Nice. Okay, here we are. We've got a heater.
Having a heater down here manages to keep things warm. I remember the changing rooms at the police station were always ice cold.
Okay, fine. Doesn't look like we can go down there. We've got a nice picture of some sort of boat there with 3 on it. Nothing there. What does this say? Gents, please stop shaving in the showers. The cleaning lady almost tore my head off. She says the drains can't take all the hair. Mims. And there's something... What's that? It's like... That's 8, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There seems to be a lot of numbers dotted around weirdly.
Sounds like there's someone in there. If you weren't so bashful, I'd suggest joining in. You could certainly use it.
Alright, that looks like it's just the bottom of the heater.
Just another unmarked storage cabinet.
Okay, so we've got to find the right one.
Just another
unmarked. Ah, what's this one? Oh, okay. So there's a... Kirkland's cabinet.
Just another unmarked storage cabinet. Just another unmarked store.
Okay, are they all unmarked? Yes. Right, so we've got to know the combination. So it's just a 3-digit number. The only thing I can think of immediately is that there's a 3 here and an 8 here. But I don't see any other numbers dotted around. Do we have anything in our book that could help us out here? Which one are we investigating here? Here. Hannibal Kirkland. Cause of death is 32. Single gunshot. Okay, nothing there that would suggest knowing any numbers other than 32. So maybe like 382? I don't know. Is there anything else around? It looks like we can actually look at this now.
Completely ruined. Whoever sabotaged this knew what they were doing.
There is a 7 there on that sign. Does Mims know anything?
Mr. Mims, a word if you wouldn't mind?
Yes, what is it?
Ah, yes, we can ask about the cabinet.
Would you happen to know the combination to Hannibal Kirkland's
Right, okay.
cabinet?
No. Every worker sets their own combination, and I don't ask for it.
What happens if they were to forget it?
Well, have them come up with some sort of personal reminder and keep those in a file.
And do you still have Kirkland's?
I'll give it to you as soon as we're done talking.
I'll be going now.
Be careful on your way out.
Okay, are we...
There you go. You're lucky I only clean out my files at the end of the year.
See? I always told you I wasn't disorganized. Just preparing for the future.
Number 1, the shipwreck. Number 2, the red and white. Number 3, the sign. Kirkland. Okay, so the shipwreck, I'm guessing, is the picture with the boat. The red and white, could that be this? And then the sign would be the sign down there. So it would be 3, 7, 8, maybe? Let's give it a go. Yeah, so 3... So that, yeah, that's a shipwreck. The red and white must be outside, and that's a sign. So yeah, 3, 7, 8. It's got to be. Let's give it a go. 3... Ah. I went too far. Result!
Empty. That's disappointing.
Oh, it's
Not
empty?
completely empty. There's something at the bottom
Oh,
here.
okay, there's something in there. Thank God for that. Ooh, the Gilded Lily. 12 refined ladies in waiting. All sizes. Petite, skinny, and... I can't even read that. It's too pixelated. Anyway, special. Present this hand-built and 50 shillings for the normal 1 crown treat. 459... What does that say? Petticoat Lane, Chumley? Well, I guess...
It seems our friend Hannibal had a few extracurricular activities after all.
Yeah, it
Gilded
does seem
Lily, huh? That's a bit suspicious.
Who knew such a pretty flower could cause such an inconvenience? The answer to that question is me, in case you were wondering. Flowers bring nothing but trouble. Trouble and snot.
That's enough, Bill. We need to get a move on.
I've got to say, it's very interesting that this place is called the Gilded Lily when the flowers have been so important in sort of the grand scheme of things in this game. That could be actually a pretty big clue. So, okay, investigate the Gilded Lily, locate Ruby, speak to the serving girl. I thought we did that, but apparently there's maybe more to do later there, I guess. That's the way this game's worked at times. If the objective stays, it means that you need to find out more, but that more could come later on. So, let's head out. Can we go to the Gilded Lily? Yes, okay. That seems like too big a coincidence.
Well, hello there, handsome. Welcome to the Gilded Lily.
Hello.
Come over here and tell me what kind of pleasure it is you're looking for.
Information, please.
I'm afraid I'm here for business, not pleasure.
Oh, well, that's just a shame, isn't it?
I'm Miles Fordham, private investigator. And you are?
You can call me Serafina. I'm in charge of this establishment.
You
Serafina.
won't mind if I take a look around or ask you some questions?
As long as you keep to the front room, you can do whatever you like. Beyond that, you're gonna have to pay.
Okay.
Maybe it's best if you leave this part out when you tell Adelaide about the case later.
Yeah, probably true, given how everything's
I'm
gone.
not too familiar with places like this, but I believe that's where the fun happens. If you've got the crowns for it.
I mean, I don't think we will be paying
my virgin
anything.
eyes.
Yeah, some of these paintings are quite explicit,
What a
aren't
charming statue. Wouldn't she get cold fetching water in that state of undress?
they? Yes, it's the Lily again. There's a guy
Looks
here.
nervous. Wonder if this is his first time.
Okay, it's like there's a door there. I don't know that we want to
You
head
certainly
through there.
won't find art like that at the National Gallery.
All right, can we ask her any questions?
May I ask you a few questions, Serafina?
Of course you may, but I can't guarantee the answers will be free.
Of course, but we'll see. Okay, wow. Okay, let's start with herself.
So, how did you get into this business?
Like many of the other girls, it was the best of some bad options. I had no interest in being beholden to a husband. I may be a fallen woman, but better to fly and fall than to have your wings clipped.
You enjoy the work?
It's a job like any other, Mr. Fordham. There are good days and there are bad days.
Eh?
But my girls are my family. We take care of each other. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Okay, fine. The Gilded Lily.
This is a lovely establishment you have. And such a nice name, too.
Thank you, my dear. It wasn't always called the Gilded Lily, though.
Oh,
We
really?
were formerly known as Le Maison de Tolérance.
What inspired the name change?
Ah, that's a bit of a long story. Not worth getting into.
How long have you been operating?
Going on 25 years. Business has been good. There's a reason this is the world's oldest profession, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Hannibal Kirkland. Should we ask about Ruby first?
Do you by chance have a girl named Ruby in your service?
Ruby? Yes. She's one of our newest girls.
Interesting.
And she's not in any sort of trouble, is she?
Not at all. I merely wanted to speak with her.
Well, she should be in the dressing room. If you go through the rear door and follow the hallway down, it's the last door on the left.
Okay.
I see. Thank you.
So we should be able to talk to her then. Let's ask about Hannibal Kirkland.
Did you have a man named Hannibal Kirkland as a client?
I make it my practice not to learn the names of any customers here, Mr. Fordham.
That's fair.
I hate to disappoint anyone who comes through those doors, but discretion is paramount in this business.
Yeah.
Well, at least you know you can trust these women with your secrets.
Fine. Percival McDonough.
Did you know Percival McDonough?
The politician? I knew who he was, but never met him personally.
He was seeing Ruby, wasn't he?
Not regularly, no. In fact, his first and only visit with her was yesterday.
Are you
Ah.
aware that he was murdered shortly after that?
I had no idea. How terrible.
Yes, it is terrible. This means she's lost a potential repeat customer.
All right. The Justice Killer.
Do you know anything about the Justice Killer?
I'm afraid not, dear. I don't normally associate with killers.
Are you sure you don't know anything? He's the reason I'm here.
Well, I can assure you I know nothing about your murderer.
Okay.
If the trail has led you here, it's surely just coincidence.
Not sure about that.
Yeah, she seems awfully certain of that. It's a good thing we don't believe in coincidences.
Thank you for your time.
Of course, my dear.
My overriding guess would be that the Justice Killer is also a client here, and that he potentially looks for people who might be having like visits to this place while they're married, and then goes to see if they do other things like the sort of physical abuse and things like that to choose victims. That would be my theory at this point. Whether or not that's true, I guess we'll find out. So she said we could go through the door, right? So let's go through the door, and then I think she said, what didn't she say? Ruby was through this way.
Oh, hello. Did Serafina send you back here?
Is this Ruby?
Yes, but not for the usual reasons. I'm a private investigator.
It's
My name is Miles Fordham.
a bit grim in here,
Ruby,
isn't
I
it?
presume?
Yes, that's right. What do you need from me?
Just some information.
Well, I'll do my best.
Okay, fine. Right, let's look. Yeah, this is like all pretty.
The girls here don't get much in the way of a dressing area. Still, something is better than nothing, I suppose.
Yeah, but yeah, it looks pretty grim in here, doesn't it? So we can talk to Ruby. We've got the dressing area. We've got a
I'm
cabinet.
guessing this is where most of the girls keep their personal belongings. Doesn't seem to offer much in the way of privacy.
It doesn't, does it? Nothing on the cabinet. We've got a shrine. And then a photo above the shrine. Oh, Lily. Okay.
Cut down in her prime. I can relate.
Okay. 1809 to 1843. And we've got a locket.
That's a nice locket for being such a cheap piece of jewelry.
Okay. There's a picture in the locket. Rolled up paper. 3132213. And it's got lilies either side of it. Is that like a safe combo
No
or
lilies?
something?
Seems like a missed opportunity.
Okay. Is there anything else on here? No. Okay. Interesting. The
Lily,
painting itself.
1809 to 1843. I wonder what happened to her.
I don't know. Well, there's some
So,
obviously well thought of because there's a
Yes.
shrine. Let's talk to Ruby then. Oh my god. Okay, there's a lot of things here. Herself.
how long have you been in this business?
Only a few months now. Used to work at a kitchen, but then they brought in some of those new automated machines.
Sadly familiar story.
At least this profession isn't in any danger of being made obsolete by steam tech. Cold steel can never replace a warm touch.
Let's just hope that's true.
All right. The portrait of Lily.
That's a rather nice portrait. Who's the subject?
Oh, that's Lily. Before my time. Serafina knows loads about her. Even changed the name of this place in her honor.
Right. So
You might
that's
try
why.
asking her if you want to know more.
That's why the name changed then. Let's ask about Kirkland.
Did you ever have a client named Hannibal Kirkland?
No, that name doesn't sound familiar. Sorry.
Okay. McDonough should
You
though.
met recently with Percival McDonough, is that right?
How did you know that? I thought he was meant to keep those sorts of things private.
He had your name written down in his calendar.
And you found me here based on that?
We're pretty good at our job.
Well, I am a detective.
Suppose that's true. Anyway, yes. I only met him the one time. There wasn't anything remarkable about him. After we finished, he got all emotional about his wife, but I could hardly understand what he was saying. I
Right.
hate it when they cry afterwards.
All right. Ennis Bowditch.
Do you know Ennis Bowditch?
Bowditch? Didn't think I'd be hearing that name again.
As I understand
Huh.
it, he was seeing your friend, the serving girl at the ruined coffee house.
Yeah, that's right. Annabelle. She broke things off with him a while ago, though.
So she said. Did you ever know him to be violent?
Violent? The bastard nearly beat Annabelle's brains in once. Why do you think she chucked him?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
At least she had the good sense to get rid of him.
Perhaps we should go confirm this newly discovered fact with Annabelle.
Yeah, might be a good idea. Burley Cause?
Did you ever meet a man named Burley Cause?
No, I never met him, but one of the other girls had him as a client. I remember because she was laughing about his name. He wasn't very burly, if you get my meaning.
Right.
So it seems like a lot of the victims have some sort of link, whether direct or indirect, with this place, which is highly suspicious.
Are you familiar with Reggie Willingham?
Oh, him? He had to
See?
be banned from here.
Really? What happened?
He got way too rough with one of the girls. She ended up shy a few teeth.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, apparently he wasn't too fond of boundaries. Good riddance to him, I say.
Yeah.
Were you aware that Mr. Willingham was murdered?
What? Oh, well, now I feel terrible for saying good riddance. I meant...
I think I know what you meant.
Yeah,
Ruby.
we
It's
got
fine.
it. Don't worry.
Is it me, Or is there a pattern starting to emerge?
Definitely. Definitely a pattern. Most of them came here. Most of them were violent. Well, all of them were violent, I think.
Have you heard of the Justice Killer?
No, I don't believe so.
He's a serial murderer who's killed 5 victims, mostly men from Chumley.
Oh dear, that sounds dreadful. Is that what you're investigating?
It is. Do you know anyone who might have some information about him?
I don't. Sorry I can't be more help.
I'll just leave you to it then.
Thanks, love.
Okay, well, we got some pretty useful info from that. We got a clue, didn't we, as well? Ruby's testimony. Reggie Willingham would frequent the Gilded Lily, but was banned after beating one of the girls working there. The Justice Killer has got to be involved in some way with this place. Whether, whether the Justice Killer is a worker here or, is a client, or there's got to be some sort of link. So she suggested we speak to Serafina again, didn't she, about the name change? So let's do that.
May I ask you a few questions, Serafina?
Of course you may, but I can't guarantee the answers will be free.
And there's the Lily link as well, of course, which is... Could the Justice be Killer linked to Lily?
Could you tell me about the young lady in the portrait hanging in the back room?
Ah, that's Lily Peterson. She was a wonderful woman and a great friend.
What happened to her?
It's a rather tragic story, Mr. Fordham. I'd rather not go into too much detail. The short version is this. She was with a client who got very carried away. She was able to defend herself enough to mortally wound the bastard, but the damage had already been done. The girls and I decided among us that we would rename this establishment in her honor. Some days it's still hard to believe she's gone. I haven't even been able to get rid of her box of things.
I'm very sorry for your loss, Serafina.
Thank you, dear. It was especially awful given Lily's past. Her sister died at the hands of her own husband some 16 years before. Some people just can't escape tragedy, no matter how far they run.
Something tells me these deaths are significant. It might be a good idea to learn as much as we can about Lily Peterson.
Yep. So...
Thank you for your time.
Of course, my dear.
Lily died after being physically assaulted by a client here. Her sister had died by a physically abusive husband previously. I'm wondering if the Justice Killer is a relative of Lily and the sister, and he has sort of made it his thing to come here and do these killings to get justice against similar men in the name of his sister, in a way. And that's why he leaves the Lilies, almost like as in he's taken another person like that away from being able to do that damage. There's definitely a pattern starting to emerge here, isn't there? Right, so we got a new objective. Where was it? Here. Learn about Lily Peterson's murder. Okay, that's what we'll do, but we'll do that in the next one because we are out of time for this one. So as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne, Nate, Terminally Nerdy, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Barry Aldridge, Hobo, and Numinous for all the support. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.